Hello, this is a test live stream. Just trying out some new things. Yep. Let's see. Trying to expose it for the highlight. Not a lot of control on the camera. Yep. Alright, I want to move this up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's not very sharp, but I'll have to do for now. Alright, so I don't know how many people are watching this. Looks like there's only one person watching right now. But I am testing out the live stream feature on the YouTube app. This is being shot on my phone, and the idea is, I have this stand here. I don't know if you guys can see. Let's try and test this out. Well, it's not really working. I have to kind of take apart this entire setup to show you guys, but basically what I have is a stand. My phone's plugged in, and so it's kind of like an overhead setup. And kind of the purpose of this is to have kind of a weekly session, I guess, so to speak, where I just do whatever I do, like I guess make my planes in this workspace. So the idea behind this is kind of like like an open studio type environment where you can just have it on and I'm in the background just working away here, and hopefully I find a way to be able to interact with you guys. That way it's kind of like really like a studio environment, but virtual. And the reason I am kind of doing this is to kind of force myself to continue making things, I guess. I find it hard to stay motivated, especially when you're locked up all the time with the situation in the world. So yeah, this is kind of like a way to force myself to actually do something, with my hobby, so to speak. And maybe I can, show off stuff that I'm working on and things. You might have saw earlier that model right here. For those of you still watching this, this is a sneak peek into what I have coming up. This is the kind of the ADF X10 plastic model. It's the 144. I built this recently. No decals or anything, but I'm planning on making a video for this after I build the ADF 11, the actual one, I guess. Yeah, there's two kits, so I want to build the other one and then make a video for that too. So like have both of them in one video, but yeah, that's kind of what I have coming up. I am working on a second version of the Astra, which I guess I can show a quick preview of. Hold on, let me just grab that real quick. I like to keep my prototypes in a shoebox. I am not being sponsored by this company, but I do have shoes from them. This is for those of you who are still watching, because I know my audience retention span isn't that great, but for those of you who are still on, you get to see what's coming up. This is kind of what I have right now for the next version of the Astra. I guess I really wanted to keep at this design, kind of make some improvements. And you know, I have the old design right here with the metal stand and everything. It's just sitting on my windowsill. But this is the newer version right here that I am currently working on. Struggling to really, I don't know, continue, I guess. It's hard to finish this prototype. I'm trying to figure out right now how to model the nacelles. I guess whatever, you know, like the structure that goes over here to like kind of model the propulsion system here. But that's a work in progress. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly to model that. It's been ages since I made the ADF-01 Falcon. That was over probably 10 years ago at this point. And I just want to make like a nacelle structure right here to, you know, just complete this model design. So this is the new prototype that's a work in progress, for those of you still watching. And this is the old design that I made last year in 2019. As you can see, it's kind of discolored. Being on a windowsill, it's being constantly exposed to sunlight, and the gray in the cardstock kind of fades out a little bit, and so it's a little lighter now. It's an alright kind of look. But it looks kind of aged, so nothing wrong with that. It's just it is what it is. Yeah, the orange bits here are also kind of faded out. They're not as crisp and vibrant as a new part made out of that same material. So yeah, the kind of improvements in the new design. So it has the same mechanism. It's a better mechanism now. It's kind of, you know, based on my learning, I made a kind of slightly higher quality mechanism here. If you look closely, it's the same kind of design, basic design, but the kind of the way the mechanism is attached here is a lot nicer. The silver piece right here kind of wraps around the front end of that straw. But yeah, it works the same way, you know, moving forward and backward. So just get a better view of it right here. This mechanism works. It's pretty much the same as before. So what's new with this version right here, I'm still debating on the name for this prototype. It's definitely going to be another YX10, but I'm not sure like what modifier to put after that. for like a variant name. I'm debating between, you know, M1 and M1 and just I don't know, because like it's a mark, it's not like a huge change. So oh well, I was saving the S variant for another prototype down the line. That's gonna be kind of like the capstone of this project. That would be like the ultimate final version of the YX10, but this is like a intermediate kind of improvement, slight improvement, so that's why I'm probably gonna go with M1. So, you know, the full name would be YX10 M1. But, you know, that's it's just a name. I'm still thinking about that. Might change in the future, but this is the new prototype overall. You might notice that there is another mechanism here on the bottom. And this is a new feature, which I don't know if you're dropping in right now, you're getting a sneak peek at what I'm going to release in the future, but the idea here is an actuated slat mechanism. I'll go into the details of this in a proper video, but I can show you how it works here. Basically, you have two knobs on the back, and if you actuate the bottom one, the mechanism on the bottom moves. So, you know, this rod moves forward and back. And then the leading edge slats right here, if you notice this, they move. Well, it's already actuated, that's why you don't see much movement here, but basically this mechanism, this new one, actuates the movement in the slats. And so it is a prototype, so it's not perfect, but I think this is, you know, you can see the actuation more when I, you know, deploy the slats. So that would be pulling it back, which would result in this pin right here being pulled back. And due to the, you know, pretension in this element right here, this elastic band, this is pulling it back, which is pulling this lever back, which is rotating this rod, which connects to the, you know, slats, leading edge slats. It's gonna rotate this, you know, down basically when I pull it back. And so see a demonstration of that right here. I know my camera is not super in focus, but this is a tiny detail, but it took a whole mechanism to actuate this. And you know, the idea behind this isn't to like have like a super just got a message from my sister. She's watching a live stream. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the idea behind this is kind of to get that, I don't know if you've seen my video on the X02. It's a new fictional design in Ace Combat 7. Have a model of it here. So basically in the game, when you turn this plane really hard, you know, the leading edge slats here, they're marked, but they're not actual features here. It folds down, just like what I'm trying to do here. And basically it just helps, you know, helps the airflow around the wing better. So I made a whole mechanism just to actuate this. And, you know, I'm going to get questions like, you can't modify it in flight, so why are you making a whole mechanism for it? Well then, you know, my response to that would be, well, why not? It's kind of cool. So, but also, you know, eventually the idea is to have a timed deployment mechanism. So, you know, just like with the original YX10, the idea is to have this movement be automatic eventually. Still have to figure out how to do that exactly without electronics, but I think it's definitely possible. It's just going to take a lot of tinkering. So yeah, this is the new prototype that I'm working on. I might work on this in future live stream sessions or not. It's kind of just a free bit of space for creativity, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this is something I'm working on. Haven't really planned too much for this particular live stream. I'm really just trying to see if this is a good idea. I'm just kind of fiddling around on camera right now, but I think this is the way to go going forward. Probably gonna hold these on Fridays, you know, in the afternoon after work, or maybe even in the evening, just to force myself to do something for this hobby, because I'm feeling quite stuck right now, and it's really easy to just not do anything and just, you know, watch Netflix or something. It's nice to do this, hopefully on a weekly basis on Fridays, and then, you know, force myself to at least sit down an hour or two a week to really work on this stuff. If not this project in particular, you know, maybe another rapid prototype. I think that would actually make a lot of sense. Do a rapid prototype on camera, and in that ways, you know, I have something to make a video for. So yeah, this is just kind of a test. I think it's going pretty well. Just really don't have much planned for this particular stream, but I might do one tomorrow. That's going to be the first, you know, proper design session. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This isn't like a video or anything, so it doesn't really make sense to end it like a video. But I don't know. I guess I'll see you guys soon, and hopefully, I don't know, you can have this on in the background and work on your own projects while just listening in or watching. If you're bored, I don't know. I never really understood the point of live streams, but I'm trying to do something new here to really force myself to do more for this hobby. So yeah, thanks for tuning in.